this one. Of the guards you played alongside, who was the best combination passer scorer?
Oh, man, Kev, he put me on the hot seat. That's a tough one. I just got to give everybody
You played with a lot
shout
of them,
out.
though, didn't you? Huh?
I know, man. I didn't know it was going to be a test today. I got to go with my boy Rod Strickland when I played with him at the Wizards. I think he's the best finisher ever, and he led the league in assists. My boy Jay Will, shout out to White Chocolate. I mean, he is one of the most creative players I ever played with, but he could shoot it from deep. He was a guy that liked to shoot it from Curry Land, and he could pass it. And then lastly, I'd have to, of course, go with my man Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby could do it all. So I've been blessed to play and fortunate to play with some great scorers and combination passers in this league.
Three terrific names. And the Houston Rockets starting five. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with Green, and it's Tucker in at the 5 spot. Now here's Diallo, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul called on the Houston Rockets. The Thunder shooting their first free throws of the night right here. The first free throw is good.
Well, the Rockets are a team that is pushing NBA theory to the extremes with how they approach offense.
Oh, yeah. Every year they seem to go more toward threes or free throws. I mean, you can't fault them as it consistently works for them, though. I mean, it's like watching a team experiment with what makes an NBA offense.
Now, here's Tucker. Back to Covington. Yep, that one goes in there.
It's easy to admire Covington. Even when the defense gets rough with him, he stays with it.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Harden. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Now Westbrook. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals kind of tell the story.
Oh, there's the dilemma. You want to stop Harden from getting all the way to the rim, but he can also just rise and fire, or pull up and fire, or step back and fire, and there's not much you can do about it. A golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
And Covington sends it back. Pass to Harden. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Back to Tucker. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
Out to the right wing. Harden against Paul. Pass to Adams. They get a hand on it. Covington with it. Diallo's there. Covington's shot is off.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah.
And yeah, and don't leave out his rebounding, Kev. I mean, he had a big impact in that game with all his effort on the glass.
Here's Westbrook. Gallinari making his last shot.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Noel's checked in, and a change for the Rockets. Chandler's checked in. Now here's Paul. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 6 on the shot clock, and there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
A moment now to see the stats for Chris Paul. Last season, he played outstanding. Averaged 15 points a game, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds.
And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every symphony needs a conductor. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music.
Hello. I mean, that's what I call a move.
That is some artistry. Greg, you're right. On his way to the basket, he was soaring. Now, here's Noel. Here's the lob to the hoop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Westbrook wide open. He fires. And Houston again with the bucket.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Ball against Westbrook. Stolen by Westbrook. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Paul. Green with the rebound. So the Thunder, their last game, a loss to Utah. Here's Covington. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. .144 left to play in the first quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Noel. 2 points. That one goes.
Oh, no hesitation to get it to the rim. He uses his height advantage to convert the easy.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I got a few minutes with Billy Donovan. He said the key for them will be containing the penetration of Russell Westbrook, one of the strongest and most explosive lead guards ever. Kevin, it will take a team-wide effort.
Thank you, David.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. James Harden picking up that last basket. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's on Tyson Chandler.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Oklahoma City shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Only 71% from the line last season, and rest assured they're hoping to bring those numbers up this year.
And he makes the first. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
The Rockets making a switch here. Damari Carroll's checked in for Green. Daniel House comes in for Robert Covington. Ben McLemore, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for Houston. They trail by 6. Pass to Carroll. To the middle. Here's Chandler, and the rejection by Noel. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and here comes Rivers all alone. And finished off by Rivers.
And running the break is about being opportunistic. Right there, Rivers doing just this and being rewarded for it.
And here's Schroeder. 1 second left. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so the first quarter is in the books. Thunder out in front. They're up by 4. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Russell Westbrook has surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Showing no mercy right now. The shooters look frustrated seeing so many of their shots get stifled.
We've got Dennis Schroeder. Nerlens Noel is out there with Mike Muscala. And it's Dort in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. A nice shot by Rivers.
This is how you run the pick and roll. Rivers just knows how to break down a defense.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
Dort passes to Schroeder. To the paint, Muscala, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. From 12 feet out, here's Chandler. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play.
One shot.
It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
Yeah, Kevin, second chance opportunity so big in this instance. They have to feel fortunate that they could extend that play.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Rockets.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level 6 man for the rest of his career.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Rivers against Schroeder. The pass to Muscala. Just 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range.
Well, you know defense is Tucker's calling card. He will pester you, aggravate you, get up in your jersey, make you think twice about trying to shoot over him.
Here is House. Pass to Tucker. And the rejection by Noel.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. Second, the Thunder.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
He misses the free throw. As with every position creating offense now, which big men do the best job of scoring off the bounce?
That's a good question. LaMarcus Aldridge in San Antonio, Coach Pop is giving him the freedom. And Joel Embiid, we sleep on him because he's 7 foot, but when he faces up in the post, he doesn't usually give you his back. He faces up, triple threat, gives you a jab step, a counter in and out, and gives you something nice. I mean, his ball handling ability is great for a 7-footer, and I like Embiid.
Pass to Chandler. Here is House. Passes it it to Rivers. Unloads from 13. That one wide left. The Thunder shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. And the pass to Noel. Schroeder looking over the floor. Noel finds Schroeder. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse. And the Thunder lead by 2.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Pass to House. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Yeah, it's no doubt that Houston now is championship or bust. We've seen it. I mean, they've dished out huge contracts going full win mode now. I mean, they're putting it all on the line with this team.
The free throw drops for House. And the Rockets desperate for a return to the NBA Finals.
The team has had their chances. They just need to make the most of them. I mean, front office, they're doing what they can help to make the most of Harden's prime. I mean, you have to admire their willingness to go for it now.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Gallinari comes in for Muscala. Diallo, he's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Jeff Green is checked in for Danuel House. Rockets have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. No good from outside. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Robertson finds Adams. And here is Paul. Misses the 3. Westbrook against Paul. Westbrook, no good. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Thunder. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. And he bangs it home with one hand.
There's one part of Tucker's game that you never have to worry about, and that's hustle. I mean, look at him get up the floor on the break.
Now, here's Robertson, guarded by Harden. Now, here's Robertson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Paul with the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Thunder lead by 1.
And the three-point shots become one of Paul's favorites. Consistent at knocking it down.
Westbrook kicks to Covington. Now, here is Harden. D right on him. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Diallo. Good D by Covington.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
Pass to Westbrook. Here's Tucker. Back to Westbrook. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 5th rebound in this one. Diallo with it. He kicks it to Paul. Pass to Gallinari. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 4th assist in this one.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Looking to get it going. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut back down to just 1 with the basket from Russell Westbrook.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
And he's lucky his teammates have picked up the slack for him. I mean, his shooting has been horrific.
Green passes to Westbrook. Buries the 20-footer. Westbrook's got 8 points. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Covington dishes to Green. He tries for 3. Westbrook missing again.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And Gallinari throws it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight? He's as surprised as anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count it.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Thunder lead by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing.
Thanks, guys. Here with head coach Billy Donovan. Coach, it's been back and forth in the first half. What's it going to come down to?
Well, obviously it's close. We know we're playing against a great team, so we just got to keep grinding and keep playing.
We'll see how it turns out, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, their shooting accuracy was on point. It was good play calling, of course, by the coaching staff, but it was great execution by the team.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
Well, they remind me of Arizona. They were flat defensively. They didn't collapse at the end. They allowed over 50% shooting. I expect them to come out much more aggressive in the second half and try to take the lead early on.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Gallinari, what a contribution.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Green is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Tucker in at center.
And sometimes I feel like people don't truly appreciate the greatness of what James Harden does. He's one of the toughest guys to check on the fast break. He has one of the best Euro steps in the game, the best footwork in the game. He'll hit you in the head for deep. You can't check him without fouling him. The precision of his movements, the ease in which he scores. Come on, man.
Outside Westbrook. And he comes up with the deuce. Westbrook's got the lead up to 2 now for Houston.
He doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
As you said, C-Webb, what Harden has been doing the last few years is truly remarkable.
Yeah, Kevin, and it's funny because when you are achieving greatness and critics try to diminish what you're doing, it's just funny to me. Harden is one of the great guards of all time, no matter how you slice it.
And so it's Houston with it. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Westbrook passes to Covington. Now here's Tucker. Unloads. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Now Harden, he's got 9. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got rebound number 8 now on the night. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
Yeah, and defensively, you'd like to see a greater effort to change ends.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Well, Chris, the common thought is you don't want to be a middle-of-the-road team. You think clubs are too quick now to pull the trigger on a rebuild as opposed to giving some time to what they've got and be more patient?
Oh, are you kidding me, Kevin? Don't make me go. This is why I need a psychologist because, hey, when I was in Washington, we had myself, Rasheed Wallace, and Juwan Howard, and Rod Strickland. Like, just wait a minute. Give us 1 year to try. And by the way, the Bulls won 72. We couldn't have won a championship that year anyway. And so, yeah, I think a lot of teams are short-sighted and it's based upon their expectations. And their expectations may not be based in reality.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Both free throws good from Westbrook. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Harden. Oh, that was something else.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
Here's Schroeder. That one doesn't drop. Westbrook with the nice D there. The pass to House. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Now it's a 4-point Houston lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And here is Noel. Here's Schroeder. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Schroeder's got his second bucket of the night.
Just not enough space for him to get to the rim. I mean, and the finish is flawless.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
The Rockets have been excellent at the free throw line here today, a flawless 6 for 6. Ferguson's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Houston. Austin Rivers comes in for James Harden.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
And first timer of the game called for Oklahoma City.
When their goal was to limit their turnovers, and they've wasted way too many possessions with giveaways.
You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of if you don't want your pocket picked. Here are last season's steals leaders. James Harden is second. Third is Chris Paul.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
Schroeder against Westbrook. Pass to Dort. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ferguson, but they recover it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Houston leading by 5. Now here's Rivers. A floater, and the layup is up and in. Rivers has got his third basket of the night.
This is a hard shot, but when Rivers puts the right touch on it, man, it looks effortless.
Schroeder against Westbrook. Chandler with the block. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's House, and the shot goes down. House has got the lead up to 9 now for the Rockets.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Schroeder passes to Noel, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
This is his first free throw of the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Damari Carroll's checked in for Houston. Both free throws good from Noel.
Well, Mike D'Antoni, he's a legendary coach in this game. He's found success at almost every stop he's coached at, only missing the title to cement his legacy.
Westbrook with the bucket. Westbrook's got 17.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. And with Mike D'Antoni, Chris, you can see his influence as a coach throughout the NBA.
Yeah, a lot of modern offenses borrow from things D'Antoni created. The up-tempo early offense is a product of his 7 seconds or less era. I mean, his imprint is all over the NBA.
Ferguson's shot is good.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
All right, it's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
For 3, Westbrook nailed from three-point land. Westbrook's got 12 points here in the second half.
He's putting the hammer down. Dominant quarter for him, trying to push out that lead.
Stolen by Rivers. Here's House. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. 51 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Ferguson. Carroll with the rebound. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Up and in on the layup. Rivers has got 4 this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Dort. He's guarded by Rivers. Dort passes to Noel. Schroeder outside to end the run. Buries the long-range jumper. Schroeder's got 8. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the third. Westbrook with it. He's got 20. With 1 on the clock. Off target with that shot. And so it's the Houston Rockets in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Right back after this break.
I ain't saying nothing for me. I don't really give a.
And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Thunder trailing by 8. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Diallo in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Paul looking over the floor. 5 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Sunday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trail Blazers. Then on Tuesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Harden outside. Banked in off the glass. Harden's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Rockets.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Harden. Goes back up, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on James Harden. And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Now Westbrook. Outside Covington. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 5 assists in the game. Here's the lob to Adams. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
If you're playing along Chris Paul, you better have your hands ready. If you're open, he'll find you, or you're going to get hit in the head.
For 3, Westbrook. Thunder with the rebound.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
Rockets leading by 10. And here is Green. Some solid D from Paul. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. He dishes it to Gallinari. Clock at 6. The shot misses. The Rockets go the other way with it. Here's Green. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
The first one falls. Chris, you've been a commentator for the NBA Vegas Summer League. Amazing how much that event has grown.
Oh, how about this year? The Chinese, the Croatian national team. I mean, come on. It's just this is a global game, and we're bringing all of them to Vegas to let fans go up in there and watch them and watch rookies at a young, early age and see the best players. I mean, this is awesome. You got to love how forward-thinking the NBA is. This is really cool to watch.
It is. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Defense right on him. Fires at the elbow. Count it, and the Houston lead has been cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Paul.
Oh, the quick trigger on Paul is what I like to see. Don't put it on the deck. Just catch, shoot, and bring it up.
And here's Covington from the arc. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. And that's now 8 points for Robert Covington. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. And Adams kicks to Gallinari. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so Westbrook will bring it up for Houston. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Chris Paul.
Look at the versatility of Paul. I mean, he can lead the break for you. He can finish. He can be a decoy. Such a tough matchup.
Covington finds Westbrook. Harden outside. From deep. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 11 rebounds in the game. Diallo the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Houston. Harden outside. The Rockets with another miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
Here's Westbrook. Outside Covington. Back to Westbrook. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Diallo. Thunder trailing by 9. Ball outside. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
One shot.
Timeout called the Rockets. They're up by 6. There's 1:54 left to play in the final quarter. Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And it's been a terrific night for him in terms of the scoreboard. They've run a bunch of sets for him, and he's continued to come through. Scoring as well as he has, it's taken a lot of pressure off the rest of his teammates.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. His point to them was that they've put themselves in a position to succeed and that this is their game to lose. So he needs to see full concentration out of every guy on the court to finish this one off. Kevin?
And all of a sudden, that great run makes this a ball game again. And now is no time to take your foot off the gas. They have got to stay aggressive.
Oh, yeah, they still got work to do, but what a job they've done to get back into this.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Dishes it to Paul. And Westbrook pulls it down. Westbrook's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Harden. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Now look, nobody takes more contact than Harden inside. Nobody's better at scoring through it.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Harden. Outside, Covington. Pass to Westbrook. Houston moving the ball around. Harden with it. Chris Paul covering. Over Paul. Green breaking loose. And Houston again with the bucket.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
Here's Paul. Here's Adams. And Adams with the slam. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
And the vision of Paul is just extraordinary. An expert at finding passing lanes off the screen.
Harden with it. So Houston wins it. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Russell. Congrats on the win. How are you guys able to stay in front down the stretch?
Just try to be aggressive. And we did a good job of all game of staying aggressive. Our defense was key towards the end, and we did a good job of closing the game out.
Great effort at both ends, Russell. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.